Did I just restart my stream because I lost connection? Yes, I did. Fudge. That sucks. Sorry about the disconnect. But we're back. We're just waiting on the queue. Well, that sucked. I already read that, so just waiting for me to be able to pick up this quest. There we go. A hero must go where he is needed, and according to Amphilia, you are needed elsewhere. We will go on ahead. Wolfmage, pray join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved. Give my regards to Momodi, and let her know that I will call upon her anon. See, Adventurers Guild? Mamody Mody. There she is, Mamody Mody. I appreciate you dropping by in such short on dropping in on such short notice, Wolf Mage. I know you're good. You've got places to be, so I won't waste your time. Your friend, you're friends with the Crystal Brave by the name of Alani, aren't you? Former adventurer. Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you've recruited her yourself. Well, anyway, she came round for a metal knock meal not long ago, and before she left, she asked me to give you a message. Said if the others ended up dragging you to the feast, I was to see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of Coffer and Coffin. There's something I must show you. A short message I'll grant you, but thought, thought she thought long and hard before picking those words, barely touching her food too. Under other circumstances, I'd have thought those signs of a troubled heart, but something tells me she's ain't planning to confess her undying love. The Coffer and Coffin, that is near the Aetheryte in central Thanalan. Teleport, no Aetheryte ticket needed. Okay, finally the loading screen is done. And I can... You stand on the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon a ghost comes. A, all too soon the ghost of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to fill your mind. Sigh. In calm perception, clearing your head, you scan the horizon, but see no sign of Adeline. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the chattering of keycairns and the buzzing of surfets, and no approaching footfalls. But no approaching footfalls. Sighing, you bow your head only to notice the vial lying at your feet. Wolfmage, is that you? What brings you all the way out here, all this way? Lieutenant Adeline. Why no, I haven't seen her about. She came this way, I guarantee I would have we would have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. Where to patrol the city if inversion and on account of the royal banquet. Captain orders, you understand. Speaking of which, is it about to be? You should be with the other honored guests. Enjoy your well-deserved respite. Any pray, I pray return to Lada, Wolfmage. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell her you were here. Sorry if you're hearing all the background noise.
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
There's a lot of cutscenes coming up, so I plan to, before those cutscenes happen, I plan to take my lunch break. So let me take my lunch break. Once this loading screen is done, I'm going to put it on the be right back time for food screen. And then we are going to continue on. So let me put it on the idle cam and the be right back time for food. And I'll be back in 30 minutes or so. No. back from lunch. Time to continue on the stream. Get rid of the BRB time for food writing. And Alt-Tab to the game. And go to Momodi, who is at the Adventurers Guild. Okay, quickly look something up. Okay, quickly check something. Okay, I have this quest and 2 others before I end the stream. Now, if only Momodi would frickin' load into the game. 3. Maybe if I sit down at the table, she'll load. There she is, okay. I reckoned you'd head straight to the feast after the meeting without any. What's the matter? No appetite? Clouded Vial. So she wasn't there, but this was a. Let's see. Looks to me like some alchemist vial, but beyond that I cannot say. Maybe it might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping, though. Any road, no use worrying about Alani. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long, and when she does, we'll soon find out what this was all in aid of. Besides, you've got more important things to think about. Judging by Momodi's grim, your star could not rise any higher. Would you believe that while you were away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. Delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less. Seems Her Grace desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will see you on the royal promenade, escort you to the Sultana's chamber. So, what are you waiting for? Go on then, go. Time for a crap ton of cutscenes.
You needn't trouble yourself so.
Your Grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your Grace is ready, I shall summon the Warrior of Light.
I am.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now. But I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty Warrior of Light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
He will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required his attention, but it did not sound serious.
Royal Promenade, here we come. So, as I said before, once we finish the last quest of ARR, we are ending the stream for today. Well, not for today. We are ending the stream and starting another one. So as to make the video separate on YouTube, we are doing that. Oops, that's not where we want to go. We want to go this way. But yeah, we only have this quest and one other. Before we have reached Heaven's Ward. No, don't target Midgard Summer. Thank you for coming. Sir, Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it, or if you are ready, it would be my honor to escort you to Her Grace's chamber forthwith. Upon proceeding to the Sultan's bedchamber, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these cutscenes in their entirety. Yes.
Enter.
Your Grace, your guest has arrived.
Pray, come in, and take your ease.
"'Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde.
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses, but the heart of our nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words, after the fact.
I had hoped to speak in the presence of Her Grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the case, now would seem as good a time as any. Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. "'Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one."
Very well.
Is aught amiss?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon. You wished a word, Yu Hase?
You may go.
Your Grace.
You must be curious as to the reason for this private audience. The matter I would discuss, however, will soon make apparent the need for discretion. I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy. You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences of our incompetence. But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few. Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even Roban, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand. You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me? I am truly grateful. More grateful than I can well express. Much of my dread for the coming days has been quieted.
Your Grace! Her Grace, the Sultana, is dead. poison in her wine? You did this! Spare us your denials! I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance. I hereby accuse you of regicide. Men, arrest this viper.
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
And what do you hope to achieve with this mutiny?
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
What is the meaning of this?
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See. I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
A surprise attack?
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away.
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor. Come, Lucia.
Whatever is going on in there? Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Ah, If you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts. You'd best come along with us.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals. Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
Shit has now hit the fan.
You go too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without Her Grace's consent? You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us, now.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. As you lecture me on personal armies. As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted, while an assassin removed its occupant. I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthis. I do begin to see how the ranks of the Immortal Flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in Her Grace's private chambers, not moments after the deed was done.
No! No, this cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity. Bring in the prisoner!
Yep, shit has hit the fan.
This man stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo, and his suspected accessories to the crime. All members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
This is madness!
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison Her Grace was found upon the assassin's person.
How very convenient.
You would speak of convenience? Who persuaded Her Grace to host this celebration? A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled! I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield. Oh, yes. I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will. And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend. I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces. Your next move will be to charm your Kurthan allies into invading our lands. Now that is truly ridiculous.
How do you even think of this stuff?
She cannot be dead. Stand aside, Ilbert. I want to see the Sultana.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
This cannot be. Nanamo. Nanamo. No!
Plainly, the Royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you. It seems only right that you should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
I'll bet you will. You more than any man.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
You would mock her, then mock her from hell!
What?
Have you lost your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow Syndicate members. You're one of them. You've been in league with the Scions all along.
You're next, you scheming bastard!
Raban!
7 hells!
Admiral, we must leave.
Ah!
How unlike you, old friend. I did not expect to take your arm so easily.
Take the Scions into custody. They have conspired to commit regicide. And arrest this traitor as well.
Gilbert, I hope you choke on their coin.
'Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have. You are not the man you once were, Raban. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls, and a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter. Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
You die! I never doubted you, not for a moment. But there is more to this than I yet understand. Flee this place. Clear your names. Find out who is behind this plot. It is the only way. Now go!
I want whatever the class that Raban is to be in the game. He can use 2 swords. I think that would be like a Berserker class. Fucking hell, that would be awesome. Like a dual wield sword class that just purely berserks. That would be fucking awesome.
Ah, there you are.
Thancred, where have you been?
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers. When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation. 'Twould appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the General's insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
So, would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
Unless you plan on pummeling them all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share poor Nanamo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe is thought to have the Rising Stones watched.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ul'dah. Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papa Shan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly, the fireplace in Nanamo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel. It should lead outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
Whoops, getting a little lag.
The rest of you go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
By yourself? I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Ida! Papa Limo!
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Thancred's.
Minfilia, we cannot linger.
Now look what you've done.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
This is so stupid. We're the scions of the Seventh Dawn. The ones who stand between...
Whoops.
And if you think we'll leave the stewardship of Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Popolimo.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last. Let them have it, Ida!
I was hoping you'd say that.
Bakun!
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
This way!
Well, that didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I'd hoped.
You two, go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
What do you mean to do?
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
My friends.
Leave us!
What is the plan, milady? Shall I take the dozen on the left and you the dozen on the right? The odds are not exactly stacked in our favor.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance? going splendidly. Now would be a good time, milady!
"'Tis done. Forgive me, Mitra.
Farewell, Infilia.
Heidelin, she speaks to me. No. I must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me. Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions and for all the realm. As long as your flame continues to burn, the light of the dawn may ever be relit. You must escape and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. "'Tis the only way.
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What of the others? Damn that man! Teleji played me for a fool! I thought the Crystal Brave's mine till the very moment I felt the blade at my back.
There will be ample time for soul-searching later. For now, we must put some arms between us and Ul'dah.
Well, would you look who it is? Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway.
Okay, so this guy will be different depending on which city-state you started in. Because there are 3 different men that look like him. Look like that. Each one for a city-state you started in.
Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard!
I have to go really quick. Be right back.
You got a calendar from Post? Yes, I did. Look at it. I think I'll be
Sorry if you heard that. That was my staff asking to make a copy of something. I live in a group home, so okay. Back to the game. And basically, you can tell the different guys apart by the color of their shirt. The red one is for Limsa. And then I think there's a yellow and a green one, I think. I know one's yellow. I don't remember the third color. And they also have different names. Okay. Be right back again.
I was stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour. Said her brother was having some trouble down in Uldar, and likely needed a helping hand getting away.
Not sure if this was read out loud in the cutscene, so I was shocked upon stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay. You see, when your sister came and begged a favor, said her brother was having some trouble down in Ul'dah and likely needed help getting away.
Thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were.
Okay, so it was read out loud.
Aye, and judging by them soldiers as were pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon. Ha! Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
I had thought to look out for Alize, but would appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
And who might you be, young sir?
Png-Tuber, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames. I had been on the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Ul'dah. Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alphino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified. The blame plainly lies with the Monitarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Alden's lad?
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course. 'Twas only as we were leaving Ul'dah that I learned of father's fate. Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Then you needn't travel no further than Blackbrush. Our fugitives have a friend waiting for them there.
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation, but in the end, 'twas I who needed saving.
Abby! Abby, thank you for the raid! Thank you so much! Them soldiers will keep searching for you a while. I reckon we'll take the carriage back towards Ul'dah and get a lay of the land. Maybe providing a distraction if need be. Welcome, Raiders! I hope you enjoyed Avi's stream, and I hope you stick around to enjoy my stream. And Avi, thank you so much for the raid. You three wait here. Help will be along shortly. Stay strong, friends. The real fight to come. Hold on a second. You need a burb. You need a burb. There we go. Now Abby's actually a bird. Alright, let's go. We're in a long stringing of cutscenes right now, so... Oh! Looks like the cutscenes are finally over. Whoops! I just realized I changed myself to Burb, not Abby. Let me fix that. Gift. Artic. Articuno. There we go. Now change myself back to... There we go. That's fixed. Okay, who do I have to talk to? Sometimes in my game it takes a little while. Oh, hello, Fluffy. Yes, Protogen Whistle. The most unassuming folk can prove to be the greatest allies. That fellow was but a passing merchant, yet he lent us aid without a moment's hesitation or at any hint of concern for his own safety. Though I can well imagine how a man could feel inspired to risk all in your presence. Father spoke often of you, Wolfmage, and long have I looked forward to our first meeting. Needless to say, this is not at all how I envisioned it. Master Alphino, you must not give in to despair. That would only play into our enemy's hands. So long as you and Wolfmage are free, we may still set things right. Forgive me, Marshal Tarpin, Alphino, my boy, sorry to keep you waiting. Sid! Sid, what are you doing here? Pulling you out of the fire, as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Truly? Then he is no merchant to be, but an in peddler's clothing. But tell us, how do you intend to bear our friends to safety? I hid the Enterprise but a short distance away. All I need is a destination. We must find a place beyond the reach of both the Monotourist and the Crystal Braves. Karthus, Ishgard will not suffer the intrusion of foreign forces in their territory. That settles it. With me, everyone. Not I fear. I must remain here and I dare not abandon Ul'dah to the Monotourists and their cronies. You may be certain that they will seek to defame you, both here and in the other city-states, but know that I shall do my utmost to thwart their every effort. Frankly, I do not expect to be much of a challenge, but the small folk will not turn so easily on the Warrior of Light and his allies, no matter what the Monotourists claim. Marshal Rupin, I know not what to say. Yes, best whistle. Huh? Now that father would labor to believe. But enough talk. You must go. Master Alvinode, your airship awaits. Fair warning to the raiders and the people who just got here. After I complete the final quest of Post-Arr, I plan to quickly end stream and start a brand new stream for the simple fact that I want to have two separate streams for Post-Arr and the start of Headfin's Ward. So, fair warning. Up, there's no rest for the righteous. Either that or I could just clip it, edit it in my post-stream. Yeah, I'm just going to edit it post-stream. So I'm going to do an outro, but I'm not going to end the stream after the... I'm going to do an outro and an intro after the final quest. Then I'm going to continue the stream. Oh, by the way, Avalon J. Do you have any points? No. Abby, you need points. You need points, huh? And I intend to give them to you. In the fun way. And pin. Doop. Now you have points. Yeah, I didn't need to, but every time someone comes to my stream for the first time, or they don't have points, I tend to do that. It's only fair. I do it for everyone else, and I do it for you. We should make for Camp Dragonhead and speak with Lord Haurchefant. Maybe he will know what to do. Oh, I almost forgot. If anyone who raided with Avi wants to join, there is my Discord. Or if anyone else wants to join. I'm not even sure if Primal is in there. Curthits. So I'm currently on the Parting Glass. The last quest is the next quest. The last quest of ARR is Before the Dawn, which is the quest after this one. Oh, I posted the link to my Discord. I wasn't sure if you were in there, Primal, that's what. Okay. Now, before we turn in this quest, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'm back on my bathroom break. Ugh. Oh crap, my mouse is dying. For my cord. Because I need my mouse for this game. And then okay. Master Alphinaud has told me your tale, Wolf Mage. It warms my heart that you should turn to me for before all others, and I shall endeavor to deserve your trust. Alas, the situation here has grown more complicated in your absence. 'Twould be best if I explain in full. Before the Dawn.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault, and 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper. The Temple Knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard, and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard. As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished. But do not despair. You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The Falling Snows, or some such. All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Forton. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor. Agents of Ul'dah will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence. You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions. 'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
Okay, good night, Abby. Even though it's not night for me, it's obviously night for you. Good night, Wolf. Good night, Abby. Where's the guard who is supposed to be here? There's supposed to be a guard right here that is not spawning. / Angie. Okay. No, stop targeting Midgar Somer. Greetings, sir. Shall I show you inside? Upon proceeding into the intersanctuary, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Complete. Off note, Wolfmage, it's really you. I'm so happy that you're. Stop. Oh. I tried contacting Memphilia and the others, but no one would respond. Then the Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. The men told me to run, so I did. I ran and ran until my legs burned and my feet ached, but I lost my way, and then, fortunately, I had observed some of the braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. Ah yes, my mask. It was lost in the struggle. Pretty, isn't she? Anyway, after Gary found me, we traveled to Vesper Bay and met up with Orianche. When we told him what had happened, he used his magic to weave a glamour around the waking sands from the outside, and our old headquarters now looks like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long either. Apparently, Orianche started making preparations after the Imperial attack, just in case the Empire ever chose to pay another visit. Good thinking, eh? Sorry, where was I? Oh yes, so we went there at the waited there at the waiting sands, hoping others would come, but no one else did. People are searching for the Scions even as we speak, but we have met with no success as yet. I had hoped that you might be able to suggest further places to look, but you should know the Rising Stones did not share the Waking Sands' good fortune. Only the Crystal Braves await you there. Be that as it may, we yet have cause to hope, do we not? If the two of you escaped, it is not impossible that the others could have done so as well. You may have been forsaken by men and women who believe true, but rest assured that the people of Doma yet stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts, and shall continue our efforts to locate the others and see the Scions restored to their rightful place of honor. Hopefully some of these cutscenes are voice acted, because my throat hurts.
'Tis all my doing.
There we go.
I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes, and look what that arrogance has wrought. I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves, and even the Scions themselves, as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm. But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod. The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve? Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians, and find homes for every refugee? Oh, yes. I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos, which was all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Oh, Alfino.
So, Master Alfino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you? What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
I hardly deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Alphino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard. Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight. Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Oshfong. 'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians. The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity. Let us then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
And there you have it. The end of Post-Arr Realm Reborn, and a Realm Reborn in general. So, now that we have done that, I don't intend to watch the credits because it's just words and screenshots. So let's skip the credits, see if there's any cutscenes after the credits, and yep, okay.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord.
Now Brialis is no more. The adder was not his. The adder was not his to invoke. His demise was of his own making. Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightly be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted. We are of one mind. The northern lands, then, The earth is fertile, and the seeds will sown. By my will they shall reap salvation unlike any the world has known. By his will. By his will. I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak and make thy intent known. I would speak of fate, Archon, yours, mine, and the fate of this very star.
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond. Delusion, despair, death. Thou shalt find naught else here.
To preserve the dawn of light, the hero journeys north. Their hearts filled with hope, and their eyes fixed heavensward. And this is where we're gonna stop this episode. So, until next time, I have been Wolf Mage 1011, and I'll see you guys then, next time we start Heavensward. Bye-bye!